All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, January 26, 2021. And this morning, we're going to talk about what it means to be on top of the world, literally. What it means to me, maybe what it means to you. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning to you and happy Tuesday. This morning, we're going to talk about what it means to be on top of the world. What does it mean to you? I want you guys to think about that this morning. What does it mean when you hear somebody say, man, I'm on top of the world? What does that mean to you? Like, what thoughts come to your mind? How does that align into your life? And what would that look like if you felt on top of the world? What would it look like? What would it feel like? I'm going to break that down for you guys this morning, from my own perspective, and hopefully it will give you some perspective to kind of rethink some of the things in your life or reinforce some of the things in your life, either way. But first, I want to say good morning to some folks. Good morning, Lynn. Thank you for being here. Doug, good morning. Tammy, my girl, always here at 4:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Thank you for being here. Jared, good morning to you. Randy, my wife is on here. Love you, babe. Cindy, Christina, and Kim, good morning to you guys. And Kim actually is on the West Coast too, man. We got some early risers committed here to Morning Perspective on the West Coast. I appreciate you guys so much. So what does it mean to be on top of the world to you? Good morning, Carla. I'll tell you what it means to me. Very, very simply put, and we're gonna unpack this quite a bit this morning, but it just means having and living a fulfilled life. It doesn't mean, having all the money in the world. It doesn't mean having the biggest house or driving the nicest vehicles. It means being full of life. And part of being full of life for me, at least, I would think that you guys would all agree, it is helping and serving as many other people as we possibly can, right? And when I am able to help as many people as I possibly can, that feeling that I get literally makes me feel on top of the world. And, I wanted to talk about this morning because, as you guys may have seen the other day, I'd posted a picture of when I was in Utah recently out snowmobiling. I'll show you guys the picture here. And so I posted that picture, and that picture had kind of a caption attached to it of some of the thoughts that I had while I was on that mountain. And it just kind of jarred me, stuck out to me that, what does it mean to other people to be on top of the world? What does it actually mean to you? What does it mean to me? And what would it mean if we could stay focused on that for an extended period of time? What would it look like if we could stay focused on how do we get to the top of the world for us? What does that look like? So I wanted to unpack that with you guys this morning. I think that there's a lot of different aspects of this that you can look at. For me, relationships are probably near the top or at the top of that list. And it is easy in this world to have a bunch of relationships, right? To have a bunch of friends. But what does it mean to have meaningful relationships with the people that you spend time with every day, every week? Those people that you work with, your business partners, your employees, your clients, even your friends on social media, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. How do you create, maintain, and improve your relationships, your meaningful relationships in your life? And I think that sometimes in this world that we live in, we move so fast, and social media can be as much of a positive for this as it is to a lot of people a negative, because social media gives us the ability to kind of scroll through a bunch of things, connect with a lot of people, see their content, see the things that they're doing, and make us feel like we're really part of that. When in all reality, if we're not interacting with each other, if we're not communicating with each other, if we don't have real meaningful conversations that are either online or offline, then do we really have those meaningful relationships? And without those meaningful relationships, could we ever really feel like we're on top of the world? And my answer to that is no. If I didn't have meaningful relationships, if I didn't genuinely care for all of you guys, the people that I work with, business partners, employees, customers, then where would I really be? Right? I would be living what I refer to as a surface level life. And surface level lives, they're not fulfilling. It takes digging deep with somebody and figuring out who that person is, what makes them tick. What do you see that can make them better? Like actually being aware of people, watching, listening, caring, going out of your way, right? That is the feeling that puts you on top of the world. And so while I was driving around on that snowmobile and out in nature, and it was so peaceful, and I was thinking about all the things in my life, that have gone right over the past handful of years here, and there's so many, right? There's so many things that I'm grateful for and feel blessed in my life to have. Many of those are not material things at all, right? It's relationships, it's friends, it's people, it's businesses that have been built as a result of meaningful relationships. And so I started thinking about all of that on that mountain, and it really, when I got to the top of that mountain, the post that I wrote was it was in my mind, in my heart, everything about it. It was like, man, I need more of this. I need more meaningful relationships. I need to take more people with me on these journeys. I need to find a way to reach and help more people. And so that's part of that feeling for me, is those meaningful relationships. And then through those meaningful relationships, what the result of that is, how that spills over into your life, into just the most incredible things. So what it means to be on top of the world, the first thing is meaningful relationships. It means having and maintaining and deepening those meaningful relationships that you have in your life. It means going the extra mile. And for those of you who maybe don't get that feeling often, maybe you're going through something right now that makes you feel like you can't go the extra mile for others because you're just struggling so much yourself. I would tell you that you are wrong for having that feeling, because if you are having a bad day, the easiest way to fix your bad day is to do something great for others. And when you do that, you're going to get that feeling that you get when you do for others, when you do something that changes somebody's life or impacts somebody else's life. You will feel great about yourself, and you will feel great about who you are as a person. You'll feel great about those things that you were able to do for other people. And so going the extra mile for me is on that list of what it means to be on top of the world. It's going the extra mile for those people in your life all the time, as often as you can, and always giving as much as you can. One of the things that I said yesterday is, saying yes as often as you possibly can, and making it a rule to try to never say no unless there's a really, really good reason for it. And that is how I live my life, or at least I try to. And I think as you guys, maybe practice that, doing more, trying to do one thing every single day for someone else, something meaningful, something that really impacts somebody, that creates emotion in you and somebody else. Going the extra mile for others will help you feel like you're on top of the world. And that is a feeling that we're all after, I believe. Next on the list here that I wrote down, it means taking other people with you on every journey, on every climb that you have. So, when I was on top of that mountain and I was thinking about my life and I was thinking about all the things that have happened over the past handful of years. And I was standing there looking out at just an incredible view and, the mountains, and literally we were in the clouds. You can see it in this picture here. And all I kept thinking over and over and over again, the most frequent thought that I had was, how do I take more people with me? How do I get more people involved? How do I get more people to watch the show so that they can become part of our community, so that those people can maybe be, and it's not about my journey. Maybe it's about one of you guys that owns a business that needs somebody to work for you, but they can be part of our journey, of this journey. But in some way, shape, or form, I want to find a way to take as many people with me, because I believe that is a critical part of feeling like you're on top of the world, right? There's a quote that you guys will hear me talk about all the time. It's an African proverb, but the quote is, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. And it's a quote that when I heard it a few years ago. Ed Milet was interviewing somebody and the guy used this quote. And I was like, man, what a powerful, powerful thing. What a powerful grouping of words. What a powerful quote that is. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And, I'm not trying to go fast. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but I'm trying to go far. And I'm absolutely trying to take as many people with me as I possibly can, with us, with this community, the people that watch this show every day, with the people who are part of our company, part of what my companies. I want to take everybody, because that feeling of getting to a destination, of reaching the summit of something, it's only meaningful if you're there with other people. Imagine climbing Mount Everest and getting to the top of that alone. Not to say that it wouldn't feel great, that you wouldn't feel accomplished for having done it. But now imagine that you climb Mount Everest with someone that you care about, that you genuinely care about deeply, and you both reach the peak of that mountain at the same time. And you look at each other and you have that feeling of accomplishment. What's the next thing that you do? Probably hug each other, probably celebrate, probably scream. You feel the energy from that other person. Taking people with you on the journey is the only option. It's the only option. If you're not taking people on the journey and you don't genuinely care about those people and create meaningful relationships and go the extra mile for them, you'll never get that feeling of what it feels like to be on top of the world. So take other people with you on the journey. Taking other people on the journey with you isn't just the right thing to do. It will actually help you get there faster. You will absolutely, at some point in your life, you will slow down or you will quit on yourself if you're alone. You will always slow down or quit on yourself much, much, much sooner than you'll ever slow down or quit on somebody else. We all agree on that? How many of you guys have kept going in your life because somebody else was there that needed you, right? Somebody on your team was having a bad day, and so you couldn't have a bad day. Maybe you were in a bad mood when you woke up, but you got to work and you heard somebody else's story and you thought, man, what I'm going through isn't so bad, right? That's the importance of taking other people with you. So I want you guys to imagine this. I want you to picture in your mind what it feels like to be on top of that mountain and to look around you and to have everybody that you care about with you. Success is only true success if there's other people with you. If you're able to take the people that you care about on that journey with you and you can make their life meaningful as well as yours, if you can create success for other people on your own journey to get there, you will get there so much faster. There's an old Zig Ziglar quote. I got Zig Ziglar's book. Mr. Calloway's watching. Keep it at my desk here. This is a daily insights, daily devotional book from Zig Ziglar. But one of my favorite quotes of all time from anybody is from Zig Ziglar. And it says, if you just help enough other people get what they want, you can have anything and everything that you want in life. And so to me, that is the definition of being on top of the world. It is not just what you are able to accomplish yourself, but it is a truly full life. And you can only have a full life if you are surrounded by people that you care about, by people that you love, by people that are on the same mission as you, trying to accomplish the same things. And when you have that, and I'm blessed to be able to look in this camera and tell you that I do today, I'm surrounded by people that I love going to battle with every day. I love doing business with every day. I love helping and pouring into. I love having the relationships and friendships that I have. I don't know. I don't believe that there's ever been a point in my life that I felt more full every day. I just said this to my wife this morning. I wake up every day and I look around me and I am surrounded by everything that I ever wanted. Now, it doesn't mean that I've arrived anywhere, but it means that I genuinely feel on top of the world because I have those things that I just listed. And I am doing everything in my power to try to improve all of that every day. And it's difficult, by the way. It's not always easy. There are people that I need to connect with more frequently. There are people that I need to have those meaningful relationships with that I don't yet. But I am absolutely trying with everything I've got to make it happen every day. And so I would encourage you to do the same. I want you to think about what being on top of the world means to you today. What does that look like? If you were on top of that mountain, who would you want to be there with you? And what would you want them to feel? Because that is, for me, the definition of being on top of the world is how do you take as many people with you as you possibly can? How do you inspire as many people as you can on the journey? And when you get there, what does it feel like to celebrate? I hope this message was helpful for you guys. I hope that it made an impact on you this morning. It made you think a little bit. And I hope that all of you set your sights on ending up on the top of that mountain. And I hope that it's crystal clear to you who you want to be there with you, how you want them to feel, what you want them to accomplish, what you want them to become on that journey. They say you should set your sights on becoming a millionaire in life, not for the money, but for who you become in the process. And I think that journey to the top of the mountain is exactly that. It's who do you become in the process? How many meaningful relationships can you create? How many people can you go the extra mile for? And remember, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Thank you guys for being here. Love you guys.